Before we begin our journey into medieval Europe, we first need to leave something behind. The modern world, the noise, the rush, the bright screens, the constant thinking. Tonight, none of that matters. You do not need to solve anything. You do not need to remember anything. You do not need to plan tomorrow. All you need to do is listen and slowly let go. Imagine closing a heavy wooden door behind you. As it shuts, the sounds of the modern world fade away. No traffic, no buzzing phones, no alarms, no clocks ticking loudly, only silence, a soft, comforting silence. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw loosen. Let your thoughts slow down. There is nowhere you need to go right now. Tonight, we're traveling back in time, far before electricity, before engines, before screens. We are going to a world lit by candlelight, guided by the moon, and ruled by the rhythm of nature. We are entering medieval Europe. In this world, night is truly night. When the sun goes down, darkness follows naturally. Not bright city lights, not glowing windows everywhere, just the soft glow of fire and the gentle shine of the moon. People do not stay awake late here. There is no reason to. When the day ends, rest begins. As we step into this time, notice how quiet everything feels. The air is cooler, cleaner, calmer. You can almost feel the stillness around you. There is no pressure to be productive, no urgency to reply, no constant flow of information. Time feels slower here, much slower. In medieval Europe, people lived by the sun and the seasons. They woke when light appeared. They rested when darkness arrived. Their bodies followed nature. And tonight, you can do the same. Imagine standing just outside a small medieval town. Stone walls surround it, old and strong. They have stood here for generations. The sun is beginning to set behind distant hills. The sky turns soft shades of orange and purple. Not bright, not harsh, gentle, peaceful. As daylight fades, the town begins to quiet down. Shops close their wooden doors. Merchants finish their final conversations. Footsteps become slower. No one is rushing. There is no reason to hurry. The day has done its work. You notice lanterns being lit one by one. Small points of warm light appear in windows, along narrow streets, near doorways. Each flame flickers softly, as if it knows the night is meant for rest. Listen closely. You might hear the distant sound of a church bell. Not loud, not urgent, just a single, slow ring. A reminder that the day is ending, and night has arrived. In the medieval world, night was respected. It was not something to fight against. It was not something to fill with noise. Night was for quiet thoughts, for warmth, for family, for sleep. As darkness spreads, the town begins to feel smaller, cozy, safe. Stone houses stand close together. Their walls hold warmth from the day. Narrow streets twist gently between them, made smooth by years of footsteps. This is a world without bright distractions. No glowing signs. No flashing lights. Only firelight, moonlight, and shadow. Your eyes would naturally grow tired here. Your mind would slow down, without effort. Now, imagine walking slowly toward the town gate. Your footsteps are calm, unhurried. The ground beneath you is solid stone, cool to the touch. As you pass through the gate, the outside world disappears completely. Only the medieval night remains. You are not alone here, but everything feels quiet. Most people have already gone inside. Doors are closed gently. Curtains are drawn. Inside these homes, families are settling down, talking softly, sharing the warmth of a small fire. No loud voices, no arguments, just the comfort of ending a long day. Take another slow breath. Notice how your body responds to this calm world. Your breathing becomes deeper, your thoughts less sharp, your muscles more relaxed. This place asks nothing from you. It simply allows you to rest. In medieval Europe, people trusted the night. They trusted that tomorrow would come with the sun. There was no need to stay awake worrying. And tonight, you do not need to worry either. As the sky darkens completely, stars begin to appear, not hidden by city lights, not drowned out by brightness. Clear, quiet, endless. The moon rises slowly above the town. Its light is pale and gentle. It does not demand attention. It simply exists. This is the pace of the medieval world. Slow, steady, natural. A world where time stretches, and the mind can finally rest. As Chapter 1 comes to a close, you have fully left the modern world behind. There is no need to return right now. You are safe here, standing at the edge of a peaceful medieval night. The sun is now lower in the sky. It hangs gently above the horizon. No longer bright, no longer strong. Its light has softened, as if the day itself is getting tired. Warm shades of gold and amber spread across the sky. The clouds glow quietly. The air feels cooler. This is the moment when medieval Europe begins to slow down. From a distance, the town looks peaceful. Stone walls circle it like quiet guardians. Roofs sit close together, worn by time and weather. Thin lines of smoke rise from chimneys, drifting slowly upward. Nothing moves quickly here. The world is preparing for night. As the sun sinks lower, the final work of the day comes to an end. In the fields outside the town, farmers gather their tools. They walk home at an easy pace, shoulders relaxed, minds calm. Animals are guided back into barns and stables. Hooves sound softly against the ground. Doors close with gentle thuds. The land itself seems to breathe out. Inside the town, the streets begin to empty. Merchants pull wooden shutters closed over their shops. Market stalls are folded away. Coins are counted quietly, then tucked safely out of sight. Voices grow softer. Conversations become fewer. The noise of the day fades naturally, without effort. Listen closely. You might hear the distant sound of a bell. Not loud, not urgent, just one slow, steady ring. It carries through the air, rolling gently over rooftops and streets. The bell does not command. It simply reminds. The day is ending. As the sun finally touches the horizon, its light spills across the cobblestone streets. The stones glow briefly, as if holding onto the warmth of the day. Shadows stretch longer now, reaching softly across doorways and walls. Nothing feels sharp. Everything feels calm. Lanterns begin to appear. One by one, small flames flicker to life. A lantern hangs outside a home. Another is placed near a shop door. A soft glow shines from a narrow window. Each light is warm and welcoming. These are not bright lights meant to keep people awake. They are gentle lights, meant to guide people safely into rest. The sky deepens in color. Orange fades into soft pink. Pink becomes purple. Purple slowly turns into blue. The transition is unhurried. No one rushes this moment. In medieval Europe, sunset is not something to miss. It is something to feel. Children are called inside from the streets. Their footsteps echo lightly as they run home. Their laughter fades behind closed doors. Dogs curl up near thresholds. Cats slip quietly into warm corners. The town feels smaller now, cozier, protected by darkness. As night approaches, the air carries a different scent. Cool stone, wood smoke, earth. It is the smell of evening, a scent that signals rest. Your breathing slows as you imagine it. In and out. From a hill overlooking the town, you can see the last rays of sunlight disappear. The rooftops lose their glow. The walls turn dark and calm. Only the lanterns remain, dotting the town with warm points of light. Like stars on the ground. There is no anxiety here. No sense of being late. No pressure to stay awake. People trust the rhythm of the day. They know that night has arrived for a reason. Inside homes, families gather closer. Voices drop to whispers. Movements become slower. Someone pours a drink. Someone stirs a pot. The sounds are gentle, comforting. No one raises their voice. There is nothing to argue about. The day has ended peacefully. The sun is now fully gone. In its place, the moon begins to rise. At first, it is faint, almost shy. Then, slowly, it becomes clearer. Its pale light settles over the town, mixing softly with the glow of lanterns. Shadows move quietly. Nothing feels threatening. Everything feels safe. The medieval town is now wrapped in twilight. This is not deep night yet. This is the calm space between. A moment when the world pauses. A moment when the mind can rest. Take a slow breath. Imagine standing in the town square. The stones beneath your feet are cool. The air is still. You feel no need to move. You feel no need to think. You are simply present. In the medieval world, sunset was respected. It marked a clear ending. Work stopped. Rest began. There was no struggle against sleep. There was acceptance. And tonight, you can accept it too. As darkness deepens, the final light of day disappears completely. The sky turns a deep, calm blue. Stars begin to appear. Slowly, quietly, the town has fully entered the night. This is where our chapter gently closes. The sun has set. The town has slowed. The night has arrived. Now that the sun has set, and the town has entered the quiet of evening, we can begin to notice something gently. The shape of the town itself. Medieval towns were not loud places. They were not wide or bright. Thick beams locked in place. Not to trap anyone inside, but to protect the quiet within. Ahead of you, the town opens gently. No straight lines. No perfect patterns. Only narrow paths that curve softly, as if shaped by time rather than design. The streets are made of stone. Cobblestones, uneven and smooth from centuries of use. They rise and dip gently beneath your feet. Each stone has felt thousands of footsteps. Farmers, merchants, children, travelers. Tonight, they feel calm, cool, silent. Medieval towns were built close together. Houses lean slightly toward the streets. as if sharing warmth. Stone walls are thick, keeping out the cold night air. Wooden beams frame doors and windows, darkened by age. There is no wasted space here. Everything exists for a reason. As you walk slowly, you notice how quiet the layout feels. The streets are narrow enough that voices do not carry far. Sound fades quickly. This makes the night even calmer. Even if someone whispers behind a door, the sound stays there. The town respects silence. At the heart of the town lies the square. Not large, not grand, just open enough to gather during the day. During daylight, this space would be filled with life. Markets, conversations, movement. But now, it is empty. Lantern light touches the stone softly. Shadows rest peacefully. The square feels like it is sleeping. Nearby, the church rises gently above the rooftops. Not towering, not dramatic, simply present. Its stone walls are pale in the moonlight. Its doors are closed. There is no sound from within. The church watches quietly, as it has for centuries. Medieval towns were built around safety. Walls circle the town completely. They are thick and strong, built from stone gathered long ago. These walls do not feel threatening. They feel comforting. They hold the town together, keeping the night calm and undisturbed. Inside these walls, life moves slowly. Everything is close enough to reach on foot. No rushing, no long journeys. People lived where they worked, and rested where they lived. The town was a single, gentle rhythm. Look up. The buildings are not tall. 2 floors, sometimes 3. Windows are small. Glass is rare, so wooden shutters are used instead. Most shutters are closed now. Behind them, people rest. Behind them, the night is welcomed. Notice how the town feels darker than modern places. There are no streetlights, only lanterns. Small flames held in metal frames. They glow softly, casting warm circles of light. Beyond those circles, darkness remains, and that darkness feels natural. In medieval Europe, darkness was not feared. It was expected. It signaled rest. The layout of the town supports this. Narrow streets prevent wind from rushing through. Buildings block harsh moonlight. Everything feels sheltered. As you continue walking, you pass small homes. Each one is unique. Some doors are low, forcing people to bow slightly as they enter. Some walls are rough, some smoother, but all feel lived in. All feel warm inside. There is no noise of machines, no humming, no distant engines. Only the sound of your own breathing and the soft movement of air. This is a town built for human ears and human rest. At the edges of the town, near the walls, you find workshops, a blacksmith's forge, a carpenter's space, all closed now. Tools rest quietly, exactly where they were placed at sunset. Nothing will move again until morning. Medieval towns were built with routine in mind. Day was for work. Night was for rest. The layout supports this simple truth. There is nothing here to distract the mind. Nothing here to keep someone awake. The streets slowly curve back toward the center. You realize something important. It is easy to feel safe here. The town is small enough to know. Familiar. Predictable. The mind relaxes when it knows where it is. Take a slow breath. Imagine standing still, in the middle of a quiet street. Stone beneath your feet. Walls beside you. Lantern light flickering gently. Nothing moves. Nothing demands attention. This layout, these narrow streets, these close homes, these protective walls, they all work together. Not to impress, not to overwhelm, but to support rest. In medieval Europe, towns were shaped by life, by walking, by gathering, by sleeping. And tonight, their design invites you to slow down as well. As Chapter 3 comes to a close, you now understand the shape of this place. You know its streets, its center, its walls. You feel oriented, grounded, at ease. The day is almost fully let go. Only a thin line of light remains on the horizon, soft and fatting, like a quiet memory. This is the last light of day in medieval Europe. It does not rush away. It lingers gently, giving the world time to rest. The sky above the town changes slowly. The deeper blues grow calmer. The purples soften. The final warmth of sunlight dissolves into the night. Nothing feels sudden. Nothing feels sharp. The transition from day to night is smooth, as if the world is breathing out. Along the streets, lanterns glow more clearly now. Their small flames steady themselves against the evening air. Light pools gently on the cobblestones below. Each lantern creates a circle of warmth, a quiet island of comfort. Beyond those circles, the streets remain dim, peacefully dark. Windows across the town glow softly. Not bright, not harsh, just enough light to signal life inside. Behind those windows, people move slowly. Shadows shift on walls. Someone pours water. Someone settles onto a bench. These movements are unhurried. There is no need to be fast anymore. The final sounds of daytime fade away. No tools strike stone. No carts roll across the streets. Only small, gentle sounds remain. A door closing softly. A quiet cough from inside a home. The faint crackle of a fire. The town is settling into itself. In medieval Europe, this moment mattered. The last light of day was respected. It marked the end of labor and the beginning of rest. People did not fight the night. They welcomed it. Imagine standing beneath a lantern. Its light warms your hands. The flame flickers quietly. You feel no pressure to move. No pressure to think. The darkness around you feels calm, not empty. As the last sunlight disappears completely, the moon takes its place. At first, its glow is faint. Then slowly, it grows clearer. Moonlight touches rooftops. Stone walls soften under its pale shine. Shadows deepen, but they do not threaten. They simply exist. The medieval town now lives by two lights: lantern light and moonlight. Both are gentle. Both are enough. There is no desire for more. In homes across the town, people prepare for night. Cloaks are removed. Shoes are placed near doors. Hands are washed. These routines are simple and familiar, performed every evening, without thought. Routine brings comfort. Meals are nearly finished. Bowls are emptied slowly. Breadcrumbs brushed aside. No one rushes away from the table. Conversation fades naturally into silence. The day has said everything it needs to say. The air cools slightly now. Stone walls release the heat they gathered during daylight. The breeze feels clean, fresh. It carries the scent of wood smoke and earth, the smell of evening. Somewhere nearby, a bell rings softly. Not a call, not a warning, just a gentle reminder. Night has arrived. Animals sense it too. Dogs curl closer to doorways. Horses settle into stillness. Birdsong fades completely. Nature aligns itself with the dark. Everything knows what to do. The streets grow quieter with each passing moment. Footsteps become rare. When they do appear, they are slow, careful. People walk with purpose now. Not to work, but to rest. Lanterns are carried inside. One by one, outdoor lights disappear. The town grows darker, but not uneasy. This darkness feels expected, comforting. In medieval Europe, darkness was part of life. It taught patience. It encouraged sleep. There was no attempt to fill it with noise. No attempt to escape it. The night was allowed to be night. Stand still for a moment. Feel the calm of this place. No engines. No screens. No distant hum. Only quiet. Only presence. Inside homes, fires burn lower now. Flames soften. Shadows stretch. People speak in whispers. Or not at all. Sleep is close. The moon climbs higher. Its light spills gently across the streets, revealing smooth stone. Old doorways. Sleeping corners. The town looks timeless now. As if it has always existed this way. As if it always will. This is the hour between activity and sleep. The space where thoughts slow. Where the body prepares to rest. Where the mind loosens its grip. In medieval Europe, people trusted this moment. They trusted that rest would come naturally. They did not chase sleep. They allowed it. As chapter 4 gently closes, the last light of day has completely faded. Lanterns glow softly inside homes. Moonlight guards the streets. The town is calm. The night is settled. Now that the last light of day has faded, and the town rests beneath moon and shadow, another world becomes clearer. The world of sound. Not loud sound. Not sudden sound. But gentle, distant, comforting sound. In medieval Europe, night had its own quiet voice. Take a moment to listen. There is no constant noise here. No machines humming. No engines passing by. Only space. And within that space, soft, natural sounds begin to appear. Somewhere beyond the stone walls, the wind moves slowly across open land. It brushes against grass. It passes through trees. It slips quietly between buildings. The sound is low and steady. Not enough to wake anyone. Just enough to remind the world that it is alive. Closer to the town, the breeze moves along narrow streets. It touches shutters. It brushes against wooden doors. You may hear a faint creak. Then silence again. Nothing is broken. Nothing is wrong. Old wood simply speaks softly at night. Listen more closely. From far away, an owl calls. One slow sound. Then another. The call echoes gently, then fades into the darkness. The owl is not hunting loudly. It is not disturbed. It moves with patience, just like the night itself. In medieval Europe, people were used to these sounds. They did not fear them. They knew what they meant. The owl meant night. The wind meant rest. Nature spoke softly, and humans listened. Somewhere within the town, you might hear the crackle of a fire. Not roaring, not strong, just a few embers shifting quietly. The sound is warm. It brings a feeling of safety. Inside a home, a family sleeps near the hearth. The fire watches over them. Slowly, faithfully, from time to time, a footstep may sound. Soft, measured. A night watchman making his slow rounds. His steps are calm. There is no danger to rush toward. The town is secure. The sound of his footsteps fades quickly, absorbed by stone and darkness. Dogs rest near doorways. Occasionally, one shifts position. A collar moves gently. A sigh escapes into the night. Then stillness returns. Animals understand the quiet. They do not disturb it. Listen again. You may hear water. A stream flowing just beyond the town walls. A river moving steadily in the distance. The sound is constant, but never demanding. Water does not hurry. It simply moves, as it always has. This sound has existed longer than the town itself. In medieval Europe, these sounds were part of everyday life. People fell asleep to them. They did not need silence. They needed familiarity. And these sounds were familiar and trusted. As the night deepens, the sounds grow fewer. The wind softens. The owl calls less often. Even the fire settles. The town moves closer to complete rest. Notice how the quiet feels full, not empty. There is no pressure to fill it, no urge to speak. Silence here is not awkward. It is natural. Your breathing begins to match the rhythm of the night. Slow, even, in, and out. The sounds around you guide you gently toward rest. In the medieval world, night was not a time of entertainment. It was not a time of activity. It was a time of listening. Listening to the land. Listening to the body. Listening to the quiet. Somewhere, a loose shutter taps softly against stone. Once, twice, then it settles. The sound is gentle, almost soothing. Nothing needs to be fixed tonight. Morning will come when it comes. High above the town, the stars remain still. They make no sound at all. Yet their presence feels calming. The sky feels wide and peaceful. There is comfort in knowing the world is larger than our thoughts. The medieval town now exists mostly in silence. Not a forced silence, a chosen one. People have surrendered the day. They have trusted the night. Imagine lying down inside one of the stone houses. The sounds of the town reach you faintly, as if from another world. They are softened by walls, by distance, by sleep. You feel protected. In this moment, there is nothing to listen for, nothing to wait for. No sudden noise will come. The night is stable, reliable. In medieval Europe, people did not fear missing something at night. There was nothing to miss. The best thing to do was rest. As the sounds continue to fade, The town moves toward its deepest quiet, the kind of quiet that allows dreams to arrive gently, the kind of quiet that heals tired bodies. Take one more slow breath. Feel how calm this place is. No interruption, no urgency, only the steady presence of night. As the town settles into deeper quiet, we gently step inside one of the stone homes. The door closes softly behind us. The outside world fades away. Inside, the air feels warmer, safer, still. Medieval homes were simple places. Nothing extra, nothing unnecessary. Just what was needed to live and to rest. The walls are made of thick stone. They hold the warmth of the day. The ceiling is supported by heavy wooden beams, darkened by years of smoke and time. Everything here feels solid, steady, unchanging. A small fire glows in the hearth. Not large, not roaring, just enough. The flames move slowly, casting gentle shadows on the walls. Each shadow drifts and fades, never sharp, never sudden. The fire does not demand attention. It simply warms the room. The floor is made of packed earth or rough stone. It is cool beneath bare feet. A simple wooden table stands nearby. Its surface is worn smooth by years of use. A few stools rest quietly around it. No decoration, no clutter, only space. In medieval Europe, homes were shared. Families lived close together. This closeness brought comfort. No one felt alone at night. You can imagine the quiet movements inside the room. Someone adds a small piece of wood to the fire. Someone folds a cloak and places it aside. The sounds are soft, familiar. No one speaks loudly. Voices are low, gentle. The day has already set enough. A pot rests near the fire. Perhaps it held soup earlier. Now it sits empty, cleaned and waiting. Bowls are stacked neatly. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is left unfinished. The home feels settled. Candles flicker on the table. Their light is warm and calm. The flames sway slightly with the air, then steady themselves again. Candlelight softens everything. It smooths edges. It quiets the mind. In medieval homes, light was precious. It was used carefully. As night deepened, candles were allowed to burn lower. The room slowly grew dimmer. Not darker in a worrying way, but darker in a restful way. People sit quietly now. Perhaps someone stretches after a long day. Perhaps someone yawns, covering their mouth politely. The body knows it is time. Sleep is close. The fire crackles once, then settles again. The sound is comforting. It feels like the heart of the home. Always present. Always gentle. The walls around you are thick. They block the sounds of the outside world. The wind becomes distant. Footsteps disappear. Only the quiet life inside the home remains. In medieval Europe, homes were built for warmth and safety. Small windows, strong doors, nothing flashy, nothing fragile. At night, these homes became shelters of calm. Someone draws a simple curtain across a window. Moonlight dims. The room feels even cozier now. The outside world no longer pulls at attention. The air smells faintly of wood smoke. And earth. A familiar scent. A comforting one. It reminds the body that this is a place of rest. People begin to prepare for sleep. Shoes are placed near the wall. Cloaks are folded. Hands are washed with cool water. These movements are slow. Routine. No thought is needed. The body knows the steps. Beds in medieval homes are simple. Straw mattresses. Wool blankets. Not soft by modern standards, but warm. And warmth is enough. Families often slept in the same room. Not out of necessity alone, but comfort. The sound of breathing nearby was reassuring. The presence of others made the night feel safe. Someone lies down. The straw shifts quietly beneath them. A blanket is pulled closer. The body relaxes. Another person settles nearby. Breathing slows. The room fills with stillness. Candles are blown out one by one. Each flame disappears with a soft breath. The room darkens gently. Only the fire remains, glowing faintly. In this low light, thoughts slow. The mind releases the day. There is nothing more to do. Nothing more to plan. In medieval Europe, people trusted sleep. They trusted that the night would pass, and the sun would return. There was no anxiety about tomorrow. Tomorrow would come when it came. Listen closely. You may hear soft breathing. Steady. Even. The home is alive. But resting. The fire settles into glowing embers. Shadows grow still. The room holds warmth. And quiet. This is not loneliness. This is peace. Imagine lying here yourself, wrapped in a simple blanket. The stone walls around you. The gentle glow of embers nearby. You feel protected. Held. Outside, the medieval town sleeps. Inside, the home rests. Everything is aligned. Everything is calm. As Chapter 6 gently comes to an end, you have experienced the heart of medieval life at night. Not grand halls, not castles, but simple homes, filled with warmth, routine, and rest. As the fire burns low inside the home, there is one final ritual of the day: the evening meal. In medieval Europe, this meal was not rushed. It was not loud. It was simple, quiet, and comforting. The table is modest, made of rough wood, marked by time and use. No decoration, no excess, just enough space for bowls, bread, and hands resting calmly. Food in medieval homes was simple. Bread baked earlier in the day. A pot of warm soup or stew. Perhaps a little cheese. Sometimes vegetables from the garden. Nothing rich. Nothing heavy. But enough to bring comfort. And warmth. The fire nearby adds a gentle glow. Its light touches the table softly. Shadows move slowly across the walls. Never sharp. Never distracting. Everything encourages calm. People sit close together. There is no distance between them. They share warmth and quiet. Voices are low. Sometimes there are no words at all. Silence is not uncomfortable here. It is welcome. In medieval Europe, evening meals were often the last active moment of the day. After this, rest followed naturally. There was no need for entertainment. The meal itself was enough. Hands break bread slowly. Steam rises gently from the bowl. The scent is warm, familiar. It fills the room with comfort. This smell signals something important to the body. The day is ending. People eat without hurry. There is no clock ticking nearby. No time to beat. The meal lasts as long as it needs to. Each bite is taken calmly. Sometimes someone pours a simple drink. Water or ale. The sound is soft. Liquid fills a cup slowly. No one rushes to finish. Conversation, if it happens, is gentle. Stories are short. Memories of the day. Nothing heavy. Nothing troubling. The mind is already letting go. In medieval homes, evening meals were shared moments of peace. They brought people together, not for discussion, but for comfort. As the bowls empty, movements slow even more. Breadcrumbs are brushed aside. Cups are placed down gently. No clatter. No noise. Everything feels settled. After the meal, no one stands quickly. No one rushes away. People sit quietly, letting warmth spread through their bodies. The fire crackles once, then settles again. The body begins to feel heavy. In a good way. Muscles relax. Thoughts drift. Sleep feels closer now. In medieval Europe, there was no habit of late-night eating. The evening meal was enough. Afterward, the body was allowed to rest. Dishes are cleaned simply. Water is poured slowly. Hands move without urgency. The task is familiar, almost automatic. Soon, the table is clear. The room feels open again. Nothing remains to be done. Candles burn lower now. Their flames shorter. Quieter. Light fades gently. The evening meal has done its work. It has warmed the body, calmed the mind, prepared the way for sleep. Outside, the town is nearly silent. Inside, the home is peaceful. The two match perfectly. In medieval Europe, this moment was trusted. People did not distract themselves after eating. They allowed the body to settle. They listened to tiredness, instead of resisting it. Imagine yourself sitting here, warm, full, relaxed. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go. The night holds you gently. Breathing slows. Eyes grow heavy. The fire glows softly. Steady. Patient. As Chapter 7 gently comes to an end, the evening meal has passed. The home is quiet. The body is warm. The mind is calm. The evening meal has ended. The fire burns low. The home is quiet. Now comes the most gentle part of the night. Preparing for sleep. In medieval Europe, this was not rushed. It was not stressful. It was simply natural. People did not fight sleep in this world. They listened to it. When the body felt tired, rest followed. There were no bright lights to keep eyes open. No distractions pulling the mind away. The night guided everyone slowly toward rest. Inside the home, small movements continue. Someone folds a cloak and places it carefully by the wall. Someone smooths a blanket with calm hands. These actions are slow, familiar, almost comforting in their repetition. They have been done every night. For years. Beds in medieval homes are simple. There are no tall frames, no soft mattresses, just a low wooden structure, or sometimes only a space on the floor. Straw is packed tightly inside a cloth cover. forming a mattress. It is firm, but warm, and warmth is what matters most. Wool blankets are pulled close. They are thick, heavy, protective. They hold heat through the night. People trust these blankets. They have slept beneath them many times before. In medieval Europe, beds were often shared, not only by families, but sometimes by generations. Parents, children, grandparents. Closeness brought comfort. The sound of another person breathing nearby made the night feel safe. There was no fear of silence. There was no fear of darkness. These were familiar companions. Before lying down, people often wash their hands and faces. The water is cool. It refreshes the skin and clears the mind. The sensation is brief, then gone. The body feels ready. Candles burn lower now. One by one, they are blown out. Each flame disappears softly. With a quiet breath, the room grows darker. But not suddenly. The darkness arrives gently, like a blanket. Only the fire remains. Its glow is faint. Small embers pulse softly, then rest. Shadows stop moving. The room feels still. In medieval Europe, there was no habit of staying awake late. Sleep was not delayed. It was welcomed. People understood that rest was part of life, not something to be earned. As people lie down, the straw mattress shifts quietly. The sound is soft, almost soothing. Blankets are pulled close. Bodies settle. Breathing slows. The night outside feels distant now. Stone walls protect the home. Wind becomes a whisper. The world narrows to warmth and quiet. There are no alarms waiting for the morning. No reminders. No pressure. Morning will come with the sun, as it always has. Thoughts begin to drift. The events of the day fade. Nothing is replayed again and again. The mind releases its hold. In medieval Europe, sleep came easily. Because life was simple, people trusted the rhythm of the world. They trusted their bodies. They trusted the night. Imagine lying here yourself. Your body feels heavy, supported. Your breathing is slow, steady. The fire glows softly nearby. You feel no need to move. Outside, the town sleeps. Inside, the home rests. Everything aligns. The night deepens. Stars hold their places in the sky. The moon continues its slow journey. None of this requires attention. In this world, sleep is not forced. It arrives quietly, when invited. As Chapter 8 gently comes to an end, the medieval home has fully settled into rest. Beds are warm. Lights are gone. The night holds everything softly, while most of the town rests inside warm stone homes. One place remains quietly awake. The church, not awake with voices or movement, but awake with presence. Standing still at the heart of the town, the medieval church waits. Patiently, silently. Step outside once more. The air is cool now. Fresh. Moonlight rests gently on cobblestone streets. Your footsteps are slow, soft, almost soundless. There is no one else here. Only the quiet shape of the church ahead. Its walls are built from pale stone, worn smooth by centuries of wind and rain. By daylight, this place would feel busy, alive with people. But at night, it becomes something else. Still, calm, timeless. The doors of the church are closed. Heavy wood, darkened by age. Iron hinges rest silently. Nothing moves. Nothing needs to. Look up at the tall stone tower. It rises gently into the night sky. Not dramatic. Not imposing. Just steady. And sure. The tower has watched many nights like this. It has seen generations come and go. Yet it stands, unchanged. In medieval Europe, the church was more than a building. It was a place of rhythm, a place that marked time, not with clocks, but with bells and silence. Now at night, there are no bells ringing, no calls, only the quiet. The church rests along with the town. Moonlight touches the stone walls softly. Shadows gather near doorways, but they feel gentle. Nothing hides here. The darkness is calm. Nearby, a small candle glows through a narrow window. Inside, perhaps a single flame remains lit. Not for activity, but for presence. A reminder that the space is watched over. In medieval times, people trusted the church at night. It stood as a symbol of order and protection. Even when asleep, its presence brought comfort. Stand still for a moment. Listen. There is no echo of voices. No footsteps inside. Only the faint sound of wind moving across stone. The sound is soft, low, steady. The churchyard nearby is quiet. Grass moves gently. Old stones mark resting places. Silent, peaceful. Nothing feels sad. Only calm. In medieval Europe, night was not filled with fear. It was filled with acceptance. The church reflected that. It did not glow brightly. It did not demand attention. It simply existed. The walls of the church hold cool air. If you place your hand against the stone, it feels solid, reassuring. This building has endured storms, wars, time itself. And tonight, it stands quietly, unchallenged. Inside the church, everything is still. Pews rest in shadow. Candles burn low, if they burn at all. The air smells faintly of wax and old stone. In medieval Europe, people did not need to be inside the church every moment. Its presence alone was enough. Knowing it stood there, unchanging, was comforting. The night deepens. Stars remain fixed above. The moon shifts slowly. Nothing hurries. The church does not move. It does not change. It waits. Imagine sitting quietly on a stone bench near the church wall. You feel no cold, only stillness. Your breathing slows. Your thoughts fade. The town around you sleeps. Homes are dark. Streets are empty. Yet the church remains. Watchful. Peaceful. In medieval Europe, this quiet was sacred. Not dramatic. Not emotional. Simply deep. As the night continues, even the wind softens. The churchyard grows still. The moment feels suspended. This is not a place of noise. It is a place of pause. As chapter 9 gently comes to an end, the medieval church stands quietly behind us, unmoving, unchanging, a calm presence in a sleeping town. In the next chapter, we will explore the town after midnight, when everything is at its deepest rest, and silence feels complete. For now, stay here. The church is quiet, the night is steady, and rest continues.